It's a Scott Sands Show.
Oh my God, I have Nikole Mitchell dancing to the show theme song right now. I am in Nikole Mitchell's bedroom and she's dancing to my song. We're on Zoom, which you'll be able to watch at WSBD.com a little bit later today. This is such a weird, diverse show this afternoon. Stephen Jenkins of the band Third Eye Blind will be on with us after 5 today. We'll talk to the former acting director of the Department of Homeland Security about what's happening in Afghanistan, U.S. Senator Rob Portman, in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to talk to one of the biggest stars of the OnlyFans.com website in the world. Nikole Mitchell is joining us on the Scott Sands Show. I never thought I would be in your... I wish I would have known we would be on Zoom. I would have dressed better. I would have trimmed my beard. I would have done something today, Nikole.
This is amazing. Welcome to my bedroom. Welcome to my super professional dancing. It's so great to be here.
You know, I want to get into this in just a second, but people will ask me why I'm spending so much time talking about the changes in terms of service to OnlyFans. But I got to tell you, the adult industry, the adult entertainment industry really is like a canary in the coal mine when it comes to free speech issues. So that's why I'm spending a lot of time talking about it. But I love you. You've been on our show before. We talked about your story. And I mean, you've got more than 200,000 followers on Instagram and millions of followers on OnlyFans, and you're consulting other OnlyFans content creators. Huge star in this world. And I follow you because, well, I mean, obviously, A, you're hot, but B, God, Nikole, I love your energy. Every morning, if I wake up and there's a story from you or a Facebook post, you have just so much positive energy that it gets my day going.
Oh, thank you so much. It means so much to me. I love that I get to bring both. I love posting the hot photos, and I love using every character limit in Instagram in the posts because I have so much light and joy that I want to share with the world. So thank you for sharing that with me, Scott.
So, I mean, these changes are a pretty big deal. Last time we talked, you were making like 6 figures a month on OnlyFans. And this is affecting your livelihood and millions of other content creators.
Yeah, we're pretty nervous. I know a lot of people are feeling a lot of strong emotions. People are feeling betrayed. People are feeling abandoned. People are feeling like unsupported. We are the ones who built up OnlyFans. We are the ones who generated their revenue and turned it into what it is. And then without any warning, OnlyFans implements this change in their policy, and it directly affects our livelihood. So it's natural and understandable that so many content creators are freaking out, and it's super unfortunate.
You know, OnlyFans is generating millions of dollars every month for their company and for their content creators. There's a lot of money exchanging hands. And I understand from a business standpoint, they're having trouble getting financial institutions to support them because there are a lot of banks for various reasons around the U.S. and around the world that don't want to deal with websites, with content providers that deal in explicit material. But there are a lot of other ways around that issue as well. And to leave all of you out in the cold, and to lie to you along the way, I mean, this story has changed half a dozen times just since last Monday.
Yeah, me and my fellow creators, we're the top content creators on OnlyFans. So some of us have direct access to actually OnlyFans, the people who run it. And they sent emails that said, there's no changes taking place. We don't know what you're talking about. You're fine. Just totally lied to us. And then the next day they sent out a mass email to all of us creators saying these changes are taking place. So yeah, the way they're going about it is super unethical. You're absolutely right. There's so many ways we can navigate this and make it work. But I think it's more than just bank processing issues. I think it's just the age-old struggle in America. We don't know what to do with sexuality. So all we can do is like, we try to let it be free, and then we freak out and we shut it down. And this is just one more example of it. And now it's up to us to navigate these tricky waters as much as possible so we don't lose our livelihood, don't stop doing what we love, and still make it.
You know, I find so much hypocrisy in many political circles today because there's so much talk about free speech. I mean, there's a lot of attention right now. We spent time on this show last week talking about how the Taliban is allowed on Twitter, but former President Trump is not, and the hypocrisy with that. But you're either for free speech or you're not. And when many politicians are pressuring companies like OnlyFans or Pornhub and YouPorn and all the other sites to shut down or change their business models because they don't like the speech that they provide. That's the same thing as saying you don't like the political speech that the other party is providing.
Yeah, I find it interesting because I just believe and assume that most of these men in power who are trying to shut it down are the very men who subscribe to our accounts. So it's
Right.
very hypocritical to be like, this isn't okay, but don't tell my wife I'm watching your stuff, And so it's the same old struggle of like helping America progress forward enough to allow adults do adult things with consent, with openness, because shutting this down is forcing a lot of us creators have to go underground, or a lot of women have to go back to the clubs or to the bars where it's just not as safe. OnlyFans provided us a lot of safety, a lot of stability, a lot of control, which is our right as women, as humans, as creators. And now with them shutting this down, the adult component of it, now we're left with fewer options and more of us are more at risk. And we're talking single moms, we're talking low income moms, where this has been their bread and butter. And so it's just so unfortunate that these people in power don't actually care about the well-being of us creators and just about the bottom dollar or getting the votes that they want. It's so unfortunate.
A lot of people talk about how the adult industry exploits women, and that may be the case in a lot of instances, but sites like OnlyFans.com have really, and this is a weird term to use, democratize the adult industry because you're able to provide the content you're willing to provide on the terms you want to set out.
Yeah. Yes. There was no middleman, right? Now OnlyFans has become that middleman. That OnlyFans has become that manager that tells women what they're allowed to do or not do when, and it's so unfortunate because it did. OnlyFans, even the playing ground, we all got to create what we wanted, when we wanted, how we wanted, and now that's being taken from us. And I just think the exploitation is just a cover up for a motive. They're being greedy and grubby and selfish, and they want to make it look better than that. So we're gonna fight for women, but they're actually ruining our own livelihoods by doing this.
And in many cases, I mean, you blame conservative politicians a lot of times, but in many cases, it's the same liberal politicians that are talking about about protecting women's rights that are the ones leading the charge to shut down adult sites and sites like OnlyFans and to run people like you out of business.
Yep. Let us women lead the way. Like,
Right.
If you really want women's rights to be protected, let women lead the way. We don't need a bunch of white men in power telling us how to do our rights, and let us share with you and show you how we're doing things. That's something I've loved about my big following. I get so many messages from people saying, I used to think so low of sex workers. I used to think you were all the same, or horrible people, or super broken. And you are showing a totally different narrative, and it's changed the way I view people like you. And that's what I want. I want people to realize we're not evil, we're not broken, we're not gross. We're fully embodied, fully expressed, fully happy humans who are happy to do consensual work with others and make the world a better place. And that's unfortunately just not being seen right now.
Should I ever decide to run for public office, this interview, this conversation is on public record that I'm completely supportive of the adult industry and workers like you who are providing great content. And I got to tell you, I mean, Nikole, you're doing such an amazing job on the side. We talked about this before of consulting other women, and I assume you probably have some guys who as clients as well, providing content. Hell, I want to hire you just as a life coach to motivate me to do a better job here at the radio station.
Yes, this is what I love doing, Scott. I love helping people make more money doing what they love, whether that's OnlyFans or a radio DJ or this or that. There's all kinds of ways you can actually make more money, be more happy, be more fulfilled in your current role, or if you want to transition. And so I've loved supporting all these content creators. I love supporting entrepreneurs and business people and people like you, like in your zone of genius, creating and connecting and sharing. We need more people like you in the world doing the work that you do and making a lot of money. And that's one of my greatest joys, helping people do just that.
We're talking to superstar Nikole Mitchell here on the Scott Sand Show. Nikole, tell everybody how they can find you online and what your alternative is. I mean, there are some other, I think it's called Foxy or Fansly or something like that a lot of content creators are going to. I mean, what's your plan and how can people find you?
Yes, please come say hi to me. You can find me at NikoleMitchell.com. My name's spelled Nikole. That has all my social media. I'm on all of them: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. So come say hi. I check my DMs every day. And right now my plan is to stay on OnlyFans because I have an amazing community there and we're going to work with it. And then I'm probably going to create a back account, possibly Fansly. I'm I'm looking into all of them. So I want to find what they have to offer. But because the changes are coming October 1st, September is going to be the hottest month yet. So if there's ever been a month to subscribe, this is the month to subscribe to my OnlyFans, and I'll keep you up to date what I'm going to do inside my OnlyFans so people know where to go.
Is there a market for a 50-year-old short, fat, white guy on OnlyFans? Can I make any modeling model? Is there a weird niche for a bear, for bears? I don't know what I could do exactly.
Yes, we want to snuggle up to you, bears. Get on there. I'll help you out.
Nikole, I love you. Big fan of yours. Keep up the great work. Congratulations. Continued success. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me slide into your DMs.
Yes, thank you. It's been so great. Love connecting with you again. Have an amazing rest of your day.
NikoleMitchell.com. That's Nikole with a K. We'll have this conversation up on Zoom in a little bit as well at WSBD.com. Thanks, Nikole. Love you.
Bye.